Hi Emily, how you doing?
Hi Peter.
Start with a high five.
Yes.
Welcome to Vox Singing Academy's video podcast number 15. Oh, let's do that again. Number 15. Cool. How you doing today, Em?
Still alive.
Excellent, fantastic. Guys, if you like this video podcast, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a podcast channel. Check it out there if you want to listen to it on your commute to work. Check out our other videos, YouTube channel, The 5 Minute Singer and Ask VSA, where we answer all of your questions regarding singing. I've had a huge week of teaching, which has been great. Lots of accomplishments. We're killing it here at Vox Singing Academy. And we are going to be discussing and talking about, Emily, a video that I released on the 5 Minute Singer, which got probably the most comments.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why we're going to do a podcast regarding that video. And the video is, how can I write a song if I do not play an instrument? So I got lots of really good positive comments for that. Helped a lot of people out. So we're going to be discussing that here today, okay, because it was such a hot topic and it was done quite a few years ago. So I'm just going to lead off with this, and I just want to come straight up and just give people like a big punch in the face regarding this, saying that some huge, the biggest of the biggest artists have used this technique. Yeah. Okay. I've got Alanis Morissette on my phone ready to go there. So Alanis Morissette wrote the biggest selling female album in the world, Jagged Little Pill, mainly this way. Michael Jackson wrote a lot of his songs that way.
Just beatboxing.
Yes.
Go for it.
Dude, 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 dude. That's how he wrote that song. That was bloody awful, but we're going out of time then. Because you were actually meant to start.
Well,
let's do it again. Go. You start the beat. Go.
I need to breathe.
So that was a lot better. So we're not even going to cut that out. We're just going to keep that first crappy version there.
All of the bloopers always staying in. Okay.
Jim Morrison, I think, was a big one as well too, from The Doors, and it's in the movie, the Doors movie, where he basically just turns up to rehearsal and he just says, "Okay, you guys, you're ready to go." Just grabs a mic. Day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, and the guy's going, yeah, and working out what he's doing. Just basically work around with what he's doing. So I think it's a very good organic way to do it. And please, anyone that has that enjoys singing and likes singing and wants to write their own song, do not be fearful because you think that you need to play an instrument to create a song. You do not, especially with the technology that we have today. You could put songs together on GarageBand, or what do they use on PCs?
An excellent free tool. It's free right now.
What's the GarageBand version of on PCs? What's GarageBand? It's called Pro Tools. There's another one.
No, Pro Tools is like a professional tool. I highly recommend that you guys try Cakewalk, which is a completely free resource.
But then help me out here. So there's GarageBand for Macs. I'm a Mac man. Never used a PC in my life.
I just said that Cakewalk.
But there's something else. There's another one that everyone uses.
People use a lot of stuff. Nuendo, Reaper,
Logic, or something like that. It's called Logic.
Just look it up. Best free DAWs for DAWs as digital audio workstation. DAW. Best free DAWs. Look it up. There's constantly something coming out. I highly recommend everybody tries either Studio One or Cakewalk. If you're on a PC, there are free versions of those.
Give you a big tip: don't use PCs. I don't like them. I don't know how people use them. I've never used it. Get onto a Mac and get onto GarageBand and you can create your own stuff. But no, for those PC users, I think it's called Logic. But someone's going to put it in the comments down below, sure, once they see this, they're going to say, yeah, it's this, and this.
Yeah. Why don't you put, guys, your own ideas, what is great to use for beginners, something beginner-friendly, something that's easy to something that already has sound libraries and samples.
Yes, but let's get stuck into the meat and potatoes of this. So let's talk about Jim Morrison. So Jim Morrison from The Doors used to write lyrics and poetry. He was a prolific writer, mainly poetry. But then he used to just sing melodies to this without any music, and then he used to just come and sing it to the band, and the band used to work it out, okay? Very similar to the way that Alanis Morissette wrote a lot of the songs for Jagged Little Pill, biggest selling female album in history of music. She wrote a lot of it a cappella, and I've actually got a song here that I've got ready to go on my phone, and it's, I don't know what the song is called. Hi there, sorry, I'm just cutting in. Unfortunately, we loaded up that video onto YouTube, and Alanis Morissette didn't want us to use that particular track, unfortunately. But you can listen to the track on our podcast, so please go to all the big major players, and you can listen to this video podcast as a podcast. And you can listen to Alanis Morissette there. If not, you can source that song. It is actually a secret track on the album at the very end of the album, and it's also after the alternate version of You Ought to Know. It's tapped onto the alternate version of You Ought to Know, but it was basically just Alanis Morissette singing a cappella unaccompanied to a song. So I was just giving you guys a demonstration of that. Unfortunately, we can't promote Alanis Morissette's great song, and unfortunately you can't hear it, but you can listen to it on the podcast or try to source it yourself. So unfortunately, you've had to put up with my ugly mug and my voice on the podcast here for a little bit longer. Enjoy the rest of the clip, guys. Okay, much love. Anyway, so there's an example of Alanis Morissette basically just writing some lyrics and having a bit of a sing. Okay. Yeah. Basically trying to sing it in key, guys. So sort of try to think that you're on a road, and we want to state the road has numerous turns and twists and bends, and you can go wherever you want, but try to stay on the road if you possibly can. So a good way of doing that is having some scales to work on your musicianship. A great scale is the octave with numbers, which covers every single note that we can possibly sing. They say that in Do, Re, Mi, if you've ever watched The Sound of Music. Do, a dear, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da. And once you go through the 8 notes, go over it for an octave. We've covered 2 octaves, which is every single note. So that's an amazing scale if you have a singing teacher. I have it resourced somewhere on the 5-minute singing channel. Also just doing some jumps. 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 8, 1. Really fantastic, because those intervals are used a lot in singing. But to start with, write some basic lyrics. Okay, about any subject matter that you're experienced in. Okay, now most people don't know how the 4 laws of thermodynamics work. Your husband probably does. Now he's a brain surgeon, isn't he?
No, he's an astrophysicist.
Okay, good. Does that mean he invents space rockets?
He promised me a teleporter. Yeah, so that was my only condition for him to change careers. From an IT developer to,
Okay, because we don't know about physics, we generally write about subjects that we know about, so and a lot of music is about love and relationships and the way that we're feeling. So write about the way you're feeling, about the weather, whatever it is, and don't be scared to write about any subject matter as well too. I remember when Jewel became popular many years ago. I got my eggs and my pancakes too. So she spoke about eggs and pancakes, and it's very relatable. It's called suburban songwriting, so people know what you're talking about. It's very relatable. I think it's great to write like that. So write about anything. Don't feel embarrassed about what you're writing about, because let me tell you, it has been already written before. There is probably no subject matter that hasn't been written about. So just express yourself. So that's a good way to do it. And then once you've created some lyrics, whatever it might be, I would be then trying to something to it. Okay, whatever it might be. You want to come up with a really good catchy melody, and that's what we call it the hook for, and record companies call it the money hook. You don't have to call it a money hook, but we can just call it a hook. And you want to be doing some jumps. We want to be moving around. We don't want to be having little notes. We want to be moving around, okay? So
closer melody in the verse, more interesting one in the chorus, repeatable with a little bit of variation.
Yes. So if your main point is, I don't know, Michael Jackson, the chorus would be Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. I'm freestyling here, guys. This is off the cuff. This wasn't discussed. We weren't meant to be doing this. And we can just say, Michael, he was the fifth oldest boy, youngest. No, I think he was. Whatever it is, you can make it up. Michael, born into a large family, and he was a singer. That's the verses. So you can
get up your piano up and try and find where you were about. Michael, and just kind of sing around it. Yeah. And you keep playing the same note.
There we go.
This is nothing fancy. This is a piano app on my phone.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's your verse right there. And na 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 na. And then what was my chorus? It's recorded. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Ooh. We got to put in an ooh if we're doing something about Michael Jackson. So there we go. We're just freestyling here. We're just having some fun, making stuff up. And honestly, we've already got some basics, real basic melody for a verse then, and we've got a chorus that I'm really not happy with. I'd like to spend about another 5 more minutes on that and see what I can come up with. But we've already got the skeletal version of a basic song right there about Michael Jackson, and we can keep on working on that. On top of that, what we can come up with is once we've got that basic skeletal version, we can put a beat to it. Again, you can go to GarageBand and you just get a basic, just to keep, you don't have to get your exact rhythm yet, but just get a basic beat, how fast you want the song to be. So that's really what you want to sort of work out next, whether you want it to be a slow song or a fast song. And then this is the great thing about songwriting, is this is your color palette and you can do what the hell you want with it. So we might want to just quicken it up. Michael Jackson, woo, whatever it is, we might want to slow it down. Michael Jackson, so we can do whatever we want. Okay, so that's a great thing about this art. So that there is giving an example firsthand of basically how to start off and do some things. And we're just throwing some really awful lyrics around, and then once we've got a good melody, then we can write some better lyrics to that and place it over the top. So that's one way of writing.
Okay, so what about writing a melody first and then the lyrics?
Yes, you can do that. Okay, we will just go a little bit left of center here. Most bands or artists that I know write from music upwards. So they get a guitar, they get a piece of music. Let's talk U2. The 3 members of U2 without Bono get together, because they never get together because Bono's out saving the world. They write music, okay, and then they send Bono the file, and Bono na-na-nas to it first and foremost. That's how they write. Now, Bono would just be just as happy if he just had the guitar. He doesn't need the beat, he doesn't need anything like that. As long as he's got the chords to work off, that's his palette. It gives him his key, know where he's got to sing, knows what he can work with, and then he na-na-nas melody to that. So, streets have no name. Na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. That's what he came up with first and foremost. And then he put maybe something that was okay to that, and then he would have come up with the lyrics writing over the top of it. So he might have gone, I've got a red chair, sitting on a red chair. I've got a red chair, yeah, yeah. So that's, I don't know, I'm just saying I'm sitting on a red chair. And then he would have thought, okay, let's write something a little bit deeper than that. So that is the way that most bands write. They write from the music up, okay? We've given you an example of Alanis Morissette writing it from the lyrics firstly, and then creating a melody, and then putting the music underneath it, like Jim Morrison, Michael Jackson, Alanis Morissette, but that's how generally people would do it. So again, you can just get on your app here and just say your first port of call if you basically just want to get some notes on there. Do I want to write a fast song or a slow song or a mid-pace song? You got to work that out. Do I want it to be happy? Do I want it to be sad? Do I want it to be aggressive? You need to work that out because that's your color palette, or that's your framework, what you're going to work with, and then you put that over the top. The Billie Jean, it's an up-tempo dancier song. So that's what MJ do. So he had that beat already that he made up in the car. That's a very famous song we were talking about before recording this. So he came up with that in the car.
I also would like to mention another way that I personally write is not as English non-native speaker. I would start when I decided that I wanted to sing in English, maybe just write, because I like the language. It's way more compact than Russian. You can express yourself way better, but my first songs in English were horrifying. The language, oh my god, you all know what it is, yeah, how it could be, with all of the mistakes possible. So what I did, I just scoured all of the old poets like Robert Burns, William Blake, Rudyard Kipling. In one of the songs, actually I did it on tour with Celtic Illusion, I was just messing around somewhere at the gas station, just looking at children's poems, and there's a really, really funny lyric by Rudyard Kipling, I think it's called The Little Crocodile. So I basically was in this Celtic mindset and I was looking at this poem and I went, how doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pours the water of the Nile on every golden scale. So this is what you can do. You can find a poem that is, it's a children's lyrics about crocodiles. We were in Queensland. It was on my mind. We saw a few over there.
When you said gas station, I thought you might have been in the Midwest of America somewhere, so you were at a petrol station.
No, it was, yeah, so see what I'm talking about, not a native speaker. Yeah, so if you are, which the chance of is you are not a native speaker of a language that you want to sing in, find poems of people who lived long before you and that write.
Even before you said poems.
Yeah, any poems. If it's don't just steal lyrics though, guys. You know, if somebody's written it, contact somebody and say, hey mate, like I found your blog, some awesome poetry there. Would you mind? Here's something that I came up with a melody. Would you mind if I use it in my song? Because some of us are very, very crap at writing lyrics.
Again, with that as well too, you know, lyrics are perceived by the listener as well too. I know that I've read lyrics in albums before I've actually listened to the album. So when I bought a CD years ago, when CDs were around, I remember opening up the sleeve and reading the lyrics and going, whoa, this is crap. But when you hear it within the melody context, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to diss anyone, but you know, some of Anthony Kiedis's lyrics in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know, could have been, would have been, should have been dead if I didn't get a message going through my head. I am what I am. He swears after that. Another one. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's fair.
What is this even about?
Slit in my throat, all I ever. I'm talking about, they're not great lyrics. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's fair. Slit my throat, it's all I ever care. You know, so you don't have to write great. That's just really, they're not great lyrics, but hey.
Yeah, I'm getting some second-hand shame here.
But it's a great song. It's a great melody, okay? So, again, don't really worry about the lyrics. You've got to have a good melody and accept with what you started with. You know, the Beatles wrote hundreds of songs. They did In the movie, the Beatles movie, Paul McCartney said that there's about 300 Beatles songs that have never seen the light of day. So just write, okay? Just have fun doing it. Mess around with it. Never throw anything away, because you might have a good verse that you might want to use for a song down the track. There are lots of split or double songs. Bohemian Rhapsody is a perfect example of having numerous songs put together. Paranoid Android by Radiohead is another one as well. It's got 3 songs in it. There are bands that have got numerous songs that are joined together to make a complete song. So don't throw anything away, because you could always use it in the future. The bottom line is, have fun. Write lyrics first and foremost. Okay, that's be the first step. Sing it, move it around. Okay, as Emily said, keep the verses. The verses tell the story. Keep the melody small, telling the story. The chorus, do some bigger jumps going up, mainly refraining 1 or 2 of the key words that you want to emphasize through that, whatever it might be. For instance, Roxanne by the Police. The lyrics were, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. So he tells a story about the prostitute, and then the chorus is just Roxanne, and then someone else singing, you don't have to put on the red light behind it. So it's just Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you have to put on the red light. So very simple example there of some songwriting structure.
Just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. For all of you Ariana fans there.
There we go. Just keep breathing. You know, it's just repeat a subject matter.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. So that's very important. A big thing as well too is record yourself. Record these bits and pieces. I think it's imperative that you record yourself, especially when you're messing around, because sometimes you come with a great idea and you didn't record it and it's gone, you'll never get it back in. Exactly like I did with that first Michael Jackson chorus that I liked, and the second one was not as good. Okay, I'm not going to say the first one was great either, but I liked the first one better than the second one. Just run the recorder, because you never know when you're going to come up with the next #1 hit. Okay.
Yeah, I have so many audio files right there. Thank you, scientists, for mobile phones. I have so many files there. It's probably, I don't know, maybe it's enough for 50 albums. The good thing is, though, you don't have to use all of it and make 50 crappy albums. Just pick some good ideas, filter it out, and make one good song out of 500 ideas, you know?
I know on my Apple phone, they've got a voice memo recorder that, and you can pitch shift it, you can change it, you can quicken the tempo, you can do lots of different things. It saves a file and you can do different things. Not on your standard voice memo, it's a different one. It's got everything. You can have it run to a metronome, so it's got great, and then you can bounce that straight onto GarageBand. Put a beat to it, whatever you want to do, correct the pitch on it, and you're pretty much nearly getting songs there. But recording yourself so that you can hear the bits and pieces, improve and refine. Yeah. That's all it is, and keep on doing it. You know, the reason why the Beatles was so damn good is all they did was write. There was a time there when they were in Germany and they played 3 shows a day, and then in between that they wrote songs, and that's all they did. They just continually wrote. They didn't have anything else to do, and they wrote for years. So the Beatles weren't together for long, guys. They were only together for 7 years, but there was a period there for about 2 years, and all they did was write. They wrote for 15 hours a day. They performed or wrote. That was it.
Another good idea that I could give you guys is go analyze the songs that you like. Print out the lyrics. Listen to the notes. You don't even have to be able to play an instrument if you can just hum the melody and literally just draw squiggles. Just again with this example, just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. What's happening? The melody goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and it repeats a bunch of times. Oh, you're gonna keep on breathing. I don't know the song, sorry.
Can I even refine that even to a more primitive state? Na 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 to your favourite songs. Yeah. Let it be, for instance. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Chorus. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Do that to your favourite songs. please do it to the hit songs, because a hit song has got something different to what a non-hit song has got. And what has a hit song got, Emily?
It is quite repetitive in the hook, but it has a slight diversion in it to make it interesting. It has a lot of energy.
It's got a better melody, guys. The thing that separates a great song, a hit song, from a non-hit song is the better melody.